What is good, Boom-Bap Nation? It's the Boom-Bap Historian, and this is going to be a video. I'm just going to show, it might be a 4-part series, could be longer than that, probably will be. This is just going to be just a review. I had it on my previous channel. These are just the cassettes in my collection. Right behind me, this section here, there's a lot. This is front to back, top to bottom, if I just kind of reveal it. So there's a lot of cassettes right there, but this one is a spindle. Eventually I want to get some, up on the wall, a couple on the wall, and have them put up that way. So it's this video seems to go on for too long. Then I'm going to shorten it down and just do, each section. So therefore it would be a 4-part series on the spindle. There's really, the biggest difference is primarily everything in here is 90s. That is a mix of 90s, 2000s, and today. So, yeah, so without further ado, I don't really have necessarily a starting point, but what I'll do is I'll start with this one. And again, if I feel like at some point it's getting too long, then I will go with Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, or if you want to call it Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4, whatever you want to call it. So, to get started, we have a sealed copy of Stone Crazy from the Beatnuts, one of their more classic albums. Once you got near like Musical Massacre, still thought it was enjoyable, but definitely this is one of their top ones. I know a lot of people, this next album will put it as his best album. I don't think so personally, but it's definitely a dope album, and this is Nas. It was written. Very lucky to get this, to have this in my collection. Really, really nice copy there. Nostradamus, right here. A lot of these are probably really dusty. I don't think I've taken these out of the case. I used to take them out of the spindle a lot. But another really solid copy too. This right here is personally, I almost would probably put this. I probably would drop this in the classic category. Like I said, you're gonna see me clean a lot. I used to go through the spindle a lot. I haven't touched this in probably since we moved in. This is Busta Rhymes, the Coming. There's that one. This group here, I still like listening to them, particularly their first album. But this is Twin Hype with the self-titled album, and then they had Double Barrel. Yeah, I really like, particularly this the first album, really dope. Original Gun Clappers with the Storm, right there. Another really nice copy too. I'm pretty fortunate. Pretty much everything I have are really good copies. This is Chill Rob G with Ride the Rhythm, right there. I used to have that on CD. Pudgy the Fat Bastard, right there with Give Him the Finger. Again, a really nice copy. Personally, out of I'll pull these both out. That must have just fell off. But when Third Base broke up, I personally think that Pete Nice had the way better album over Search. Pete. This album is super dope. This Prime Minister Pete Nice and Daddy Rich is really, really dope. Which Doobie You Be, Funk Dubious, very, very underrated boom bap hip hop album. Very, very underrated. Obviously this is one of my favorite Cool G Rap, and it probably is my favorite Cool G Rap and DJ Polo. And that is Live and Let Die. I remember when I first got this album, I don't think I ever stopped playing it. Fucking dope. Still to this day, fucking love this album. Akinelli, Vagina Diner. I think it's one of the most I think it's very underrated or underappreciated. That album is super dope. Another one that I kind of feel the same about. I was going to do an album review on this, actually, and post it. J.O. Felony, What You Gonna Do? But Downtown Science, I've always enjoyed this album. This album was interesting. When it first came out, I didn't care for it. But as I got into it later on, man, this is some really, really dope hip hop right here. This is a really dope record. Naughty by Nature, 1993. My personal, I think their debut album had the bigger. I should say the bigger because Hip Hop Array was pretty big. But I think between those two albums, I think the first one, of course, had OPP and Ghetto Bastard. But from beginning to end, this is probably without a doubt, I could say that this is my favorite Naughty by Nature project from beginning to end. The Next School, super dope album. This came out in 1990 on Chrysalis, right there. The Flatliners, them and Gravediggers with the hardcore rap. I mean, we all know Esham started that shit, but nonetheless. This is an excellent copy too. Redman, What the Album. This is MC Rel and the House Rockers with Into the Future. And I think this was sealed, and I went ahead and opened it, and I actually think this is kind of a dope record, kind of hip hop house type thing. But really, really dope. I think this is an underrated album personally, and I think it's the Aftermath by the Youngsters. I think when you really listen to the production, it's really, really dope, man. I think it's hated on a little bit, but nonetheless. The Almighty RSO with Doomsday Forever RSO. Bam! Was glad to get a hold of this one, and I would say really I know for a fact all these. I probably got most of these during the COVID area. So we're probably talking 2019, 2020. So that's when a lot of this stuff, when I started getting back into collecting, hip hop. Shaquille O'Neal with Shaq Diesel. And then You Can't Stop the Rain, Shaq. So... so we're coming in on 8 minutes. I don't want to make the videos real long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, and then we're going to upload the next one and go to volume 2 of the series. So we'll just call it Cassette Tape Reveal, Cassette Tape Collection, and we'll just have episode 1, and we'll call this we'll be uploading 2, 3, and 4. All right, stay tuned. Those episodes are coming.